Part 2. Okay, so where do we go? We gotta go hunt and take this. Take this netherite sword and take this pickaxe. Gotcha.
Fire drills are insane. First of all, let's talk about the fire alarm sound. Because whoever designed that noise had one goal in mind, and that was to make students suffer. The alarm is so loud, it could wake someone's grandma up that's in a coma. It could shatter bulletproof glass. There'd be times where I'd be sitting in class at 8:30 in the morning, barely conscious, my eyes are half closed, my brain's running on like 2% battery, just trying to make it to lunch. And then suddenly, and my soul would evacuate my body before I could evacuate the building. You'd think you'd get used to it, but no, you never do. Every single time I heard that sound, it turned me into one of those chihuahuas that randomly shake the whole day for no reason. Why do they do that, by the way? And once again, the teacher would just go, "Okay, everybody, line up at the door." And you're just like, what? Like our ears are hemorrhaging, and you want us to line up at the door? Dog, I'm about to hit stick whoever's in my way just to get out of this door. And then finally, your class actually does get outside, and you see all the other classes. They're also just walking slowly, like a parade of zombies. I used to see kids walking out of their classes with their hands over their ears, trying to protect what was left of their hearing, and the teachers had the audacity to tell them to put their hands down.
Sorry, little Timmy. I know your eardrums are bursting right now, but I'm gonna need you to take your hands off your ears. Thank you.
What do we need our hands down for anyway? In case we need to catch the fire? Are we gonna high five all the other people who made it out?
Good job escaping the fire, bro. Yeah.
And here's the thing that really gets me. Here's what keeps me up at night. In a real fire, no one's walking in a single file line. If there's actual flames, actual smoke, actual real danger inside that building, everyone
come back here and eat some food.
It's about to look like Olympic tryouts with the way students will be hurtling over desks, shoving grandmas out the way, doing whatever it takes to get out of there as fast as humanly possible. And that's not me being dramatic, that's just the truth. It's just survival instincts. This is what kept our ancestors alive when they were being chased by saber-toothed tigers. Shout out to all our ancestors, by the way. I feel pretty bad for them. They never got to do so. And you know what else I don't understand about fire drills? Why do the teachers take attendance making sure everyone is here? Because if you're taking attendance on that grass while the school is burning down, and you find out Kevin and Miles are missing, what's the plan there, huh? Is she gonna heroically charge through the flames to find Timmy, who's been in the bathroom for the past half hour? No, she ain't doing anything. So what was even the point of the head count? Just to have accurate records for the memorial service?
Oh, so it looks like we're missing 2 students. That's unfortunate. Anyways, does anyone have any questions about the homework?
And 9 times out of 10, if there is a student missing during a fire drill, odds are they just left school when they heard that bell ring and went to Taco Bell. But fire drills aren't even the worst ones. At least with fire drills, the plan makes some kind of sense. Get out of the building. Simple. The way they do it is flawed, but at least they're trying. Tornado drills, on the other hand, make absolutely no sense. Like, none whatsoever. Now, I don't know why we even did tornado drills at my school, considering the fact that I went to school in California. The closest thing I've ever experienced to a tornado is when I went through a self-service car wash. Despite this, we had tornado drills multiple times a year, and the tornado drill procedure is absolutely wild. So the tornado alarm would go off, which was different from the fire drill alarm,
Tonight, you need to fight out. Fight them zombies.
very soothing.
Terminable zombies.
Outside, like during a fire drill,
Yes,
this time
don't
everyone
accept
would gather into
this.
the hallway, and we'd get down on our knees, face the wall, and put our hands on the back of our head. That was it. That was the plan. That was how we were going to survive a tornado, by throwing it back in the hallway. I'm sorry, I don't see the logic. What exactly is that supposed to do? Is the tornado just going to see us kneeling there and be like, ooh, they're in the tornado position? Guess I'll leave them alone. They clearly know what they're doing. Like, I'm just going to say what we're all thinking. If a tornado hits our school, we're all going to be on the back of a milk carton the next day. Like, we ain't making it.
In the team.
We're done. It doesn't matter if we're kneeling, laying down,
In the bone.
I'm not sure that people who created these drills know what a tornado really can do. A tornado will pick up your entire building and yeet it into the next town. I've seen it. Well, at least, like, on YouTube I have. And we couldn't even talk during these drills. Not at all. We had to be completely silent or else we'd get in trouble. And I get the logic behind that one, right? You don't want the tornado to hear you. Like, it's going to change direction if it hears Arnold
so
in
loud.
the hallway. I wasn't going to go over to the school, but I'm pretty sure I just heard Johnny sneeze. Let's go to stories for campus now. Let's talk about the position. The duck and cover.
No!
Position. I've accepted my fate, pose. You're telling me that if a tornado hits, the best I can do is go up into a wall and wish for the best? What is it protecting? My neck? From what? Flying debris? Let me just tell you this. If the roof is
No! No!
debris flying at me fast enough to hurt my neck, me putting my hands over it isn't gonna do anything. I feel recoil just when I give people high fives. So a piece of wood flying at my head at 200 miles per hour is going straight through my hands. But we practice it like it's gonna save our lives. Like this one simple trick is the difference between life and death. Matter of fact, has anyone watching this ever actually experienced a tornado at school and did this position? And if so, did it work? Meteorologists hate it. Local student survives a tornado with this one weird position. It's just not gonna happen. If tornado hits, we're all in trouble. The only thing that matters is if
Come on,
the tornado
buddy.
decides to hit our building or not. But the most embarrassing tornado drill I ever experienced was during swimming class. We're in the pool doing laps. Everyone's in swimsuits. Hair's all wet, smelling like chlorine, and randomly the tornado alarm goes off. We know it's not an actual tornado because we can see the sky and it's 75 degrees, no wind, and sunny. But our teacher blows his whistle and goes,
Everyone out. Tornado. Let's go.
we all get out of the pool. We're standing there dripping wet. And our teacher says,
No time to change. We need to get inside now.
so I'm out here, just in swim trunks, not quite looking like a bodybuilder to say the least. And we had to all go over into the classrooms while everyone else is in their normal clothes. We're running through the hallways in swimsuits, leaving red footprints. You can just hear our feet
we gotta
slapping
wait
against the
tonight.
tile. All the other students were staring, pointing, laughing, and someone yells, "Why do they need swimsuits?" I know that was you, Jimmy. I still don't like you. Someone else whips out their phone and takes pictures of us. So, if you ever see a photo of me from that day in the school hallway, it was AI. Okay, it was AI. So then, we had to do the AO position you do during tornado drills, but soaking wet. And we're just in that position for probably 10 minutes. But since I'm wet, there's water leaking from my body onto the ground. And eventually, it leaked all the way to the student that was sitting next to me. So he got mad and said, "Girl, did you just pee on me?" No. But he said it so loudly that I saw a bunch of people turn their head and definitely think I did do that. Now, we need to talk
No.
about lockdown.
That's a bird.
Now you guys all know, this is my bread and butter. This is my time to cook right here. I'm a pro when it comes to these. This is where things get intense. Because lockdown drills are a uniquely American experience. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure other countries don't even practice this. They're over there doing fire drills, maybe earthquake drills, and tea parties, or whatever they do in Europe. That's it. But in America, we have lockdown drills because we're America and we can't have nice things. Well, except for Chick-fil-A. It's weird that you guys don't have that in any other countries yet. It truly is amazing. The perfectly crusted chicken, the waffle fries, and the sauce.
Hey,
Oh,
buddy.
the sauce. Wait, what was this video about again? Oh, okay. Drills, here we go. The lockdown drill procedure is absolutely wild when you think about it. The announcement comes on. This is a lockdown drill. Teachers, please secure your classrooms. And then everyone goes into lockdown mode. First, you turn off the lights because apparently the darkness will protect you. This is like when I thought if I put my covers on when I'm in bed, the monsters won't get to me. I just imagine an intruder coming on a campus and all of a sudden the lights shut off. So they're just like,
Wait, where did all the students go? There must be no one here. You know what, bro? I give up. I'm going home. If only they had the lights on, I would have found them.
and then the next step is to lock the door. Okay, that would actually make sense. Like, obviously, if someone's breaking into your school, if your door's locked, it's going to be harder for them to get in. I'll give them that one. 1 point for the drill designers. But then, here's where it gets crazy. Because the next step is for everyone in the class to go to one corner of the room. The same corner. All 30 students crammed into one spot, hiding. And you have to be quiet. Like, dead silent. No one's allowed to talk. No moving. No breathing too loud. Just a pile of students sitting there in the dark waiting. Now let me ask you something. If you were looking for people in a building and you opened a classroom door, would you not see 30 kids crammed into the same corner? It's like we're trying to make it easier for the school intruder. Instead of being spread out around the room where at least some of us will have a chance to escape, we're all just in one place. But that's the drill. That's what we practice. Huddling together in the dark, hoping that nobody opens the door. But here's the thing that really gets me about lockdown drills. Because all the students are forced to do these drills, right? Everyone knows the procedure. Shut the lights off and be quiet. So this seems like a good idea until you realize the intruder is probably doing the drills with us. They did these same drills. They sat in the same corners. They know exactly what's going to happen during lockdown. So what's the element of surprise here? What's the strategic advantage? When they walk into a classroom and see that it's dark in there and no one's talking, you think they're going to forget all the times where they practiced the same drill? It's like playing hide and seek, but you told the secret exactly where you're going to hide before the game started. Okay, I'm going to hide in the closet. The closet that's in the bedroom. And I'm going to hide behind the coats.
Sorry.
Just don't look in there. Okay, please. Thank you. But we still practice it anyway. I remember one lockdown drill that went completely sideways. We're in class, doing our thing, and the announcement comes on. This is a lockdown. Teacher turns off the lights, locks the door. We all go to the corner. Everything is normal. But then, nothing happens. Usually the drill lasts like 10 or 15 minutes. An administrator then walks around, checks the doors, makes sure that they're locked, and then they announce the drill is over. But this time, we're sitting there for 20 minutes, and then 30 minutes, and all of a sudden 40 minutes. So we started to think, wait, is this a real lockdown? Maybe this isn't a drill. And because we're all crowded together, people are starting to get antsy. We're crammed in this corner. It's hot. It's uncomfortable. Someone definitely farted and isn't owning up to it. The air is getting thick with tension and mystery gas from the students that were just in PE the period prior. Our teacher was trying to stay calm, but you could tell they were confused too. She keeps checking her phone and then looking at the door, like waiting for some update. Eventually an hour goes by. A full hour of sitting in the dark, in the corner, in silence, just marinating in someone's fart. And now people are starting to freak out. Is this real? Did something actually happen? Why is this taking so long?
Is this how it ends?
I saw some kids start to text their parents, Mom, I love you, Dad, I love you. There was one kid who must have just not liked his parents because I saw his text message which said, it's finally time. Some kids are making jokes. One kid fell asleep, just completely passed ready. After an hour and a half, the announcement comes on. Lockdown drill is over. Thanks for your cooperation. That's it. No explanation, no apology. Just the drill is over. Go back to learning. We later found out that the speakers stopped working, so they had to go to every classroom individually and tell them the lockdown was over. But I don't know if somehow they just missed my classroom or what, because they never did that.
Zombie!
First
Oh no!
experience I